Welcome back to the FHIR and 5. Today we're going to have a look at the letter U, and I thought it'd be interesting to cover usage of FHIR and how you can start to use it and implement it. So FHIR is all about usage and the implementation. So if I'm looking at where to start, some of the things that I'll certainly look at are the adopting and using FHIR section and implementation advice sections of the documentation link that's listed there. It's a great place to just get some good background in approaches that you might want to take. It's got some great advice around best practice and an interesting section on push and pull, which it gives you a way of thinking about which patterns you might want to use, whether you're using messaging-based patterns or using RESTful API calls. You know, how are you going to deal with the specifics of FHIR in your implementation? The other thing that I like to think about is what role am I going to take in this particular implementation? Am I going to be the server serving up FHIR resources? Am I going to be providing data for this particular FHIR server implementation? Am I just going to be a client-side application which is serving somebody else's FHIR data up? I might not even be providing any data into the FHIR server at all. I might just be a client-side app rendering it for a user. So what role am I going to take in this particular implementation? Also look at implementation guides that are out there. They're a great resource of things that people are doing around the globe to solve real-world interop challenges, and they're quite targeted at specific implementations, whether that be you know, the work that's happening in the US around Argonaut, the implementation guides there. It could be the Australian AU-based implementations that are used more broadly, but it can be quite specific to a particular region. The registry there is a great place to go to get links to the various implementation guides that are used, and often those implementation guides will tell you about specific organizations that are deploying those implementations. And then finally, ask the community. There's a broad community of FHIR users out there. It's really active community, whether that's the Zulip chat or the broader community site. Lots of people will be talking about specific challenges that they're having with FHIR in their implementations. It's a great way of understanding some of the common problems that get hit as part of the specification and standard, and how people work within those boundaries or work with the standard to get the outcome they desire. So lots of different resources that you can use to start implementing FHIR and start using it in a safe and secure way. So if you'd like to know more about real-world implementations that Dedalus have implemented, both here in Australia and New Zealand and around the world, such as our telehealth implementation at two of the DHBs in New Zealand, Waikato and Wanganui, or the connected care platform that we've implemented for Mid-Central DHB, or any of the implementations globally that we have on our DC4H platform, please contact me at Dedalus or any of the Dedalus team to really uncover some of these challenges that our customers have solved with our DC4H platform and how it might work for you.